Today I'm taking you through the process of buying a car. There's a lot of things you must know and understand before you make up your mind. By the time you finish watching this video, I would have exposed you to almost everything you need to know, and this will help you avoid any mistakes when you're buying a car. Welcome to Tembo on Wheels. Please make sure you like this video, comment, seek clarity, most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel. More often than not, we blame dealerships for giving us what we were never looking for, but we never look into the fact that we also go into the car buying process with little or no knowledge at all about buying a car. And these are the kind of videos you must be sharing on your WhatsApp statuses. Please share the link on your WhatsApp statuses. It will help not only you, but even the people around you. Thanks a lot for 5,000 subscribers. I really appreciate your support, and let's keep those subscriptions coming. Now, first thing, let's understand the process of buying a car. You can either buy a car cash or through finance. Now, we're going to focus more on buying a car on finance because quite a lot of cars that you see on the road are under finance. Only a few people buy their cars cash. Buying a car cash is more advantageous because you do not get to spend a lot of money paying for interest, but rather you get to just buy the car for the retailing price and you get to have full ownership of the vehicle. Unlike when you finance the car, the bank also has ownership to the vehicle. Before I go any deeper, I want us to first look at the process of buying a car that everyone is aware of. You simply walk into a dealership and spot the car that you want, submit your documents through the salesperson, and the FNI, the dealership, will be the one submitting your documents to the bank applying for a car loan. And once the bank approves you, the FNI will contact you and say you are approved, come collect your car, and then you go collect your car. That is the simple process that everyone knows about. But in all this simple process, there is a lot of gaps that we have to fill in. The process of buying a car does not start at a dealership. The first thing that I want you to do before you walk into a dealership is to draw your budget and see how much money you have available to spend on a car on a monthly basis. Now, the first mistake that people do is to budget only for installments and car insurance. Some people even cancel their car insurance after collecting their cars simply because they were never ready financially to own a car. Here is a simple concept that I want you to grab right now. Total monthly cost of ownership, a very important concept that you must never miss. So this will comprise of your installments, insurance, car tracker, fuel, car wash, parking for those people who stay in complexes where they have to pay for parking, and so forth. So the total monthly cost of ownership will help you understand how much money you are going to be spending on your car on a monthly basis, instead of just being more concerned about your monthly installments, because that is not the only cost that you are going to encounter. For those who are lazy to use a calculator and want to use fancy things, I've created an Excel template for you. The link is on the description below. Do use it to draw your budget and understand your monthly cost of ownership for the car that you want to buy. Now, here's how you can estimate your monthly installments. For every 50,000 rands on the retailing price of the car, you pay 1,000 rand in installments, provided the car is financed for 60 months or 72 months. And if a car is costing 200k, your installments will be somewhere around plus minus 4,000 rands. Using the golden rule that I'm giving you, every 50,000 rands on the retail price, you pay 1,000 rand in installments. So if a car is costing 300k, you are going to pay something like 6,000 rands on the car on a monthly basis. Alternatively, you can use an online car finance calculator. It does actually allow you to adjust everything the way you want it, from the interest rate, loan term, balloon, and deposit. So everything that is involved in car finance, you'll be able to see it there. If you want to see an example of what I'm talking about, you can follow the links in the description below. Once more, if you want to know how much it will cost you to insure the car you are intending to buy, you can use HIPPO. Put your details and specify what kind of car you're looking for, and it will give you different codes from different companies, and you can choose what you think is the best out of that. Well, this is not financial advice, but I believe that if you follow most of the things that I'm giving you, you are most definitely going to buy a car the right way. And also do use the resources that I've provided in the description below. Don't be lazy to go through the description below because that is where we put some of the most important things. So now we're going to look at what really happens when you get into a dealership. This is where it gets interesting. This is where dealerships take advantage and scam people. So now stay tuned, continue watching as I dish out. By the time you walk into a dealership floor, you must have decided on the car you want to buy so that you do not find yourself leaving the dealership with a car that you were never intending to buy. So that will be the most terrible mistake that you would have committed to yourself. Now, the first thing that you must do at the dealership is to request a quotation. The quotation will help you see the real price of the car, including the on-the-road fees, license and registration, as well as value-added products like smash and grab. I will do a separate video that will be focused on negotiating tips that you can use when negotiating a car price. Now, before you apply for car finance, make sure that your credit score is good enough to get you a better rate, because banks use that to gauge your financial responsibility and behavior and see what interest rate can they give you on your application. Just before you submit your documents and apply for car finance, make sure you state how you want your finance deal to be structured. You can say things like you don't want a balloon, state how long you want to pay for your car, 5 years or 6 years. Some people even go up to 9 years, but then this is ridiculous. Now, the importance of stating how you want your car finance deal to be structured is to avoid instances whereby they put a balloon payment, or maybe they finance you for 96 months through a step-up payment, which you have no idea what that is. So it is simply to say take charge of your finance deal and make sure that it is structured in a way that you understand it as well. Now, once you've made an application and you are approved, one of the most important things that you must be in the lookout for is the interest rate. There's two types of interest rate, a fixed and a variable. So the variable changes when the repo rate changes as well, but the fixed stays the same no matter what happens. So when you do a car finance application through a dealership, the bank is going to respond with a recommended interest rate. This simply means that the dealership still has more room to add on top of that interest rate. For example, let's say the bank replies with a recommended interest rate of 11% and the dealership sees more opportunity of making money, because if they give you a high interest rate, the bank is going to give them more commission. It is called DIC. So let's say, for example, on top of that 11%, the dealership can decide to add at least 1% so that they can gain more commission. So your interest rate will be 12%. But then the most important thing that you must do in this case, after you have received an approval from the dealership or the bank, you must always request for the podium, because the podium is the one that will tell you the recommended interest rate. So what I've just explained now is the reason why most of these dealerships will not give you a podium. I must actually tell you that it is against the law for a dealership to refuse with a podium. And one other thing is that the first offer is not always the best offer. Reject the first offer if you're not satisfied with the offer. Also, please avoid this thing of always looking desperate when you're buying a car, because sometimes when you look too desperate, you open more room for the dealership to play around with you. But if you show them that you do not really care much about their car, you can also go to another dealership and get the very same car at a reasonable price, reasonable interest rate. They will do the right thing. Now, a lot of people think a balloon is a bad option. Well, it is not if applied appropriately and if you understand what you are doing as a client. Do not allow the dealership to lead you into taking a balloon when you do not understand fully what that is. It must be you who says, I want a balloon for reason 1, 2, 3, and I know that I can save up money to pay for the balloon over a period of 5 years or 2 years. If you're a private banker or you use a young professional's banking option, you can apply for car finance through your banker, and what you simply need is a quotation from the dealership, and the rates are always below the prime lending rate. This video was too generalized. I did not go in depth explaining what each of the concepts that I was mentioning means, but I'll do separate videos where I explain each of those things: balloon payment, deposit, interest rate, fixed or variable, and credit score, and the issue of interest rates again. Thank you very much for watching this video up to this point. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, and share on your WhatsApp statuses. Most importantly, subscribe. Let's grow this YouTube channel. There's more that is coming this coming year, and I hope we'll buy cars the right way in 2026. There's more episodes like this that are going to come. Please stay tuned, and if there's something that you'll want me to address in the next videos, please do state it in the comment section. There's most definitely part 2 coming.